everybody? Welcome back to the HotZone Hitting Podcast. I'm your host, Jackson Tyre. This is Andrew Amato. Andrew, how are we doing today?
Another day, Jackson. Fired up for another great episode, brother. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Another day, another dollar. Episode 7. Very special guest today. Speaking of episode 7, at the time of this recording, our New York Mets 7-game losing streak.
Oh my
Not
gosh,
very good.
They look atrocious right now. I don't have any answers for the Mets right now, Jackson. It's hard to watch, man. It's a super team in theory that is playing like the bad news bears. I don't know what's going on. It's a tough time to be a Mets fan right now, dude.
Yeah, it's just bad baseball. I mean, I don't know what to really say. It's just the boys are not buzzing at all.
No, not at all. No momentum. Nothing going well for them.
I mean, that's what we like to say, the beauty of baseball, I guess. Sometimes smaller teams that aren't very good can make it, and then when your team's supposed to be on the top of the top, it's just not too hot.
I agree.
It's tough to watch. It's tough to watch for sure.
But on that note, Jackson, who do you want to step up and take a role and take initiative? Obviously not a household name. I don't want to hear Lindor. I don't want to hear Soto. Who's a guy you want to step up and start playing out of their shoes to spark some life into this club?
Sorry about that, everybody. Having some technical difficulties. I'm in a hotel right now, so the Wi-Fi not very good on the hotspot. So if I'm cutting in and out during the episode, I apologize in advance. Back to Andrew's question. Sure. I had two guys I was thinking of. One is the household name, obviously. It's Mr. Juan Soto.
Obvious answer.
He's our slugger. I mean, we brought him in to be our slugger. He is, I guess, it's tough to even explain because he's slugging, he's hitting some bombs, but he's not hitting any with runners on or runners in score position. I would
just say from a clutch standpoint, that's why you pay a guy that much money. He's got to be the guy to come through in the big moments, and he's yet to have that big moment this year.
Exactly, but I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's never been known for Mets players to really come in and kind of spark it off the jump. I mean, you saw Lindor, what happened to him. Lindor was getting booed and stuff like that. Everybody's saying he paid him too much money. He wasn't going to be this big player. Now he's in the running to have the C on his chest. So hopefully Soto comes up big. And, it's Juan Soto. I always trust once those playoffs come around, he's going to clutch up and do something big for us. But I will say the guy I really want to see start to come through, I really, really, really want to see Beatty start to really tear it up. Obviously he's been real hit or miss, more miss for the most part, but obviously the talent, he's definitely shown flashes of it, and we're hoping that he's a big part of our team for the future. So I really want to see him come around.
For sure.
Although I will say this young farm system we got, I'm excited. I'm excited to really watch Benji. I want to see Carson Benji get up here. If he can make it up late in the year, that'd be great. I don't think they're going to do it. I think he needs to spend the rest of the year down in AAA. But I would like to see Jonah Tong get some innings up in the bigs before the season ends. He's a young stud. Do you know a lot about Jonah Tong? I don't know how much you follow Mets farm system.
To be honest, I'm a little well versed on the Mets farm system, but not as deep in my ball knowledge as you.
Gotcha. So just a brief overview. Jonah Tong, dude, young arm, electric, topping 99.8 on the gun. But it's not even that. It's that his fastball has uber ride. Apparently, I don't know.
Oh, really?
I'm not a pitching guru, so I don't know the whole metrics around it. But I do remember when he was first getting into pro ball, because I think he got drafted 22, 23, so he's a really young kid.
Sure.
Out of high school too. And I remember seeing him early in A ball. There, people were raving about it because his fastballs had crazy vert, crazy ride.
Yeah,
and it was just blowing doors off. But I mean, he has crazy strikeout per 9, crazy ERA. So I'm excited to watch him come up for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. I guess I would say on my end, from the big league side of it, I want to see Jeff McNeil just come through, man. Jeff is such a fun player to watch. I love Jeff. He plays the game the right way, man. I just want to see him, take that step up and elevate this club. In my opinion, I think that's my pick to click for the rest of the year. I think Jeff, if he can get back to where Jeff was 2-3 years ago, I
Batting
think the
title,
Mets
Jeff.
will be in a really good
Batting
spot.
title, Jeff. Not doing too
Yep,
much, just smacking the ball around the field, single, single, mixing a double, mixing a
yep.
home every now and then. Just getting on base. I mean, he's a vet.
Just
Got to be a
just got to
vet
be
for the
Jeff,
game.
man. He's
Got to be
just got to be
Jeff.
Jeff.
Got to be Jeff,
He's
man.
just got to be Jeff,
All we
man.
ask. It's all we ask. But
Oh, we ask.
I mean, I'm pulling for Benji, man. I watched him at the Wilmington Blue Rocks game, Brooklyn Cyclones, when he was still in High A. He's
Yeah,
shot quick, but it was literally like a month ago in High A. He came to Wilmington, watched him, and let me tell you, man, that swing is just as sweet as it looks on TV. I mean, this
yeah.
kid, talk about you want to talk about someone who just like is on the field knowing that they are the one. That's how he operates. I mean, I was there. My mom, her company was doing something for the Blue Rocks, so we got there early setup, and I was watching during just
Mhm.
even during stretch during warmups. I mean, this guy he's walking around knowing he's that man, and he played like it too.
He's
I
the
mean,
man.
just
That's crazy.
swings butter, hitting backside triple. I think he had a backside triple, backside double, like
Really.
109, some of that. I mean, his average exit velos with wood were higher than with metal in college. Like that's
That's
the type of dude he
insane.
is. Like he's just a baller, bro.
Yeah,
I'm excited to watch
that's
him.
crazy.
I was mad we got
Yeah.
rid of Drew Gilbert. I wanted to keep Drew
hmm
Gilbert. I liked him. I've always liked him since
He
watching
was
him.
electric in college to
Electric.
watch. He
But
he, he would have been a good Met in my
dished him
opinion.
off for pieces that we need now, and we got Benji in the farm, so it's not a big deal.
I agree. I agree.
And he got
I
to get his
agree. It's
debut,
just
so he got the
yeah.
debut for the
That
Giants.
is that
So
is true.
win-win
That
for
is
every
true.
side.
It's just let's have the Mets use their trade deadline pieces and
Oh yeah,
come through at the end of the year and everything comes to fruition for them. I hope so, man. It's been many years waiting for a title, so
we'll see
it's
it
it's,
eventually.
it's a long awaited time for it. So can only hope, Jackson. Can only hope that the New York
Only,
Metropolitans turn it around
only
and
hope.
figure it out. I think they're 6 games behind the Phils now, so they got some work to do.
Got work to do, but I trust my boys. But enough of the MLB talk here. We got a special guest in here today, boys. 5 years
Oh yeah,
collegiate baseball, 4 years at Marist, 1 year at Louisville. He finished his career batting 288, 828 OPS. All right, this guy was a stud. You want to talk about grind? You want to talk about grit? You want to talk about just a dog on the field? This guy was him. Let's welcome him into the chat. But we got our guest in here, Mr. Dylan Hoy. Dylan, how we doing today?
Hey, good. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks
of
for coming,
course,
my
D
boy.
Hoy.
Thanks for coming. Diho,
So
what's been going on in your life, man? I know you got your training going on and stuff like that. How's life been post college
Yeah, it's
baseball?
busy, man. It's busy. Training's kicking off. I'm selling the strength programs and speed and agility programs, so we can get into that a little bit if you guys want to.
Oh yeah.
So exploring that route, and then as of today, actually, right, I'm trying to keep it a little quiet, but I guess we can kind of announce it now. But I'll be the third assistant at Army West Point, so I'll be coaching first base over there. I'll working with our hitters, infielders, base runners. So couldn't play at the next level as we all want to, right? But coaching is definitely the next best thing, as they say. So I'm super
for
pumped for it,
sure,
though.
that's
100%,
awesome.
man.
Well,
100%.
I mean, for the people at home in Jackson, you don't even know this. About probably a month ago here, did Dehoy was about to accept a 9 to 5 in like Manhattan or something, dude.
Yeah,
Really?
Could you
yeah,
could
I
you
was, I
could
was.
you imagine this man sitting at a desk all day,
Nine to
just
five
amped
is
up?
Dude, it was unbelievable. I was just going through like I guess some people go through midlife crisis. I was in the early life crisis, and it wasn't until Andrew sat down with me at Ethan's draft party and was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I just went to a job interview. I think I'm gonna accept it. Like salary's decent." And he's like, "Bro, I'll just sum it up." He was like, "Bro, you just got to do what you love, and you love baseball." And I'm like, "Damn, I needed that. I needed that." So just took
Yeah,
off.
and of course, but like it wasn't even that too. You had Spat saying that, you had Byram in your ear about it. Your people knew,
Yeah,
and obviously just really getting kickstarted with Train with Hoy. Get into that a little bit. What you offer there from the speed and agility standpoint, and what you're doing one-on-one player development with the guys now, man.
yeah, no, definitely. I've always loved player development. Like for me, it's never been about chasing the money. It's never been about just for the fame and people saying, "Oh, he's good." It's just I love seeing kids get better, and I love them playing at the next level and me being a part of that. So I started training with Hoy about a year ago, right? I didn't post too much because I was still playing at Louisville. But I did a couple lessons, and parents were like, "Hey, you should start a page, like start posting stuff." And I'm like, "All right." I mean, I'm not really big on media until I saw all these dudes posting. I'm like, "Damn, okay, they have a lot of followers. I guess if I just put content out there, I'll probably get some more following, and then it could kick off." And that's what it kind of did. I started to do more lessons, took videos, just put out there what I'm preaching, and kind of just wanted to show the results side of it. And it's been good. I mean, I've been working with about 20, 25 kids in the New York, New Jersey area. I had about 10 in Louisville. So since I left there, I do some virtual training. Um, but what we just added on was my strength trainer and myself from Louisville. We started up this strength and speed program, mobility program, and it allows kids to work out virtually through an app. It's called Fit, and it has all your workouts listed. It has videos of each workout with the amount of reps and sets. You can put the weight in that you do for each workout, and has leaderboard. So, like, let's say I have 20 kids signed up right now. I think there's 10. I have 10 kids signed up, and you can go on the leaderboards and see what everybody's doing. So who's putting up weight, who's not putting up weight, what you do from week to week. And what we're trying to do now is goal set. So I want to talk to the kids each month at the beginning and say, hey, what do you want to accomplish this month? Or what do you want to accomplish by the spring? And then we just kind of track it and lead to it. Because I think it's good to have a goal and work towards it, because it gives something to strive for on the days that you don't maybe want to work as hard. And it just has some sort of direction for you to go to.
I think it's pretty incredible too how it's ACC level strength program. You know, they're the workouts that the big dogs are doing. You know, the guys you're watching on the screen in Omaha. I think it's super unique that you're using those resources and giving back to the kids that might not have that opportunity to get in front of that strength coach,
No,
or
definitely.
have access to that training, because it's affordable too, man. It's really unique what you're doing. It's a lot of people in your position could use it the wrong way and use
No,
it to make a
100%.
cheap buck back.
I dropped the prices even more. As you said, it's affordable. I dropped the prices even more. But as you guys both know, like when you're in high school, there's always people that want you to work out with them. And I say, look, it's great, but if there's a place that you want to get to, and a lot of people want to play Power Four baseball or even Division I college baseball, and it's like, why don't you do the workouts that those dudes are doing? And it just gives you an advantage. So I just want to be able to provide to as many kids as I can, and just have an outreach that's positive. So.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I got my one question, D Hoy. Just as you know, I've gotten into my coaching as well since like my freshman year of college and stuff, doing lessons here and there. But as every coach kind of has had, you not only do you start coaching for your love of the game, but at the same time, at least in my opinion, I started getting into coaching just because of the good and bad experiences I've had being coached as a player. I've had really great coaches through my baseball career, through other sports as well, and then there's been some that I didn't really connect with on a personal level. I didn't really agree with their coaching style, and I just told myself if I was ever in this position, I think I'd do things differently for the kids. So can you kind of explain just what kind of coaches you've had throughout your life and kind of influence they've had on you and what you've brought from them into your modern day coaching style?
No, for sure. I love that question. First off, I was looking at your page before and I was getting fired up. I was like, dude, I need more of this. But we'll
Appreciate
get
that.
into that in a second too. But no, I've had some positive coaches along my career, and yeah, I've run into a couple guys where it almost felt like they were pushing their way on me, and it was I had to do that, or else it was wrong. And all the good coaches that I've had have almost been more collaborative. Like, hey, I like how you're approaching your swing, but I think you could do it this way. And then we kind of meet in the middle, right? I think there's always a happy medium and a middle for everybody. And if you're able to be collaborative, I think that's the best way possible. Because if I'm going to teach a kid, hey, you have to have a feel of swinging down to the ball, but he naturally feels good with his barrel riding down his back shoulder and staying through, we have to work that way. You know what I mean? And yeah, he might lose his barrel down here sometimes to work, but let's focus on riding down and through versus riding down and dipping and pulling our front shoulder. So that's just a little bit of an example, extended example of what I feel. But for me, it's just being collaborative and talking to kids. But going back on the coaches, the guy that I'll be working for now, Chris Traz, who's at Army, I played for him at Marist, and
Okay.
he's a phenomenal coach, and he's tough. Like, he's that military type of dude, right? He's gonna be hard on you, but for the better. Like, he wants you to get better. He's gonna be tough. He's gonna be strict. He's gonna push you to your limits, to places where you've never been able to go. And maybe I'm a little bit more lenient early on in my coaching career because I haven't gotten there yet. And I'm trying to figure out ways to get the best out of kids. But that was his way. It was like, hey, I might yell at you. I might give you the silent treatment, but it's all for the better. Like it was never to a point where it was bad. You know what I mean?
100%.
So that's a piece that I'm trying to take into my coaching style, getting the best out of players, but just finding that happy medium to the point where it's like, all right, they're not saying they want to kill me, but they get a little frustrated. And then playing for Coach McDonald over at Louisville, that was an experience too because he's just a competitor, man. He's a New York guy, right? He went to the Citadel, coached at the Citadel, went to Ole Miss, and then he was the head coach at Louisville for I think he's on his 13th year, 14th year. I don't know. I don't want to call out numbers and not be true, but he's been there for a long time and he's done things with that program that nobody ever thought could be done. And with Vrabel under him, Adam Vrabel, Eric Snyder, like that whole staff is just phenomenal, dude. They just want to compete, they want to win, and they have their system that they've figured out works, right? With the base running, with the hitting, with the infield, with just teaching the game. So you go into that system and you just get better because you're just learning every aspect of the game. And they're like, hey, you want to show up to practice and take off that day? That's fine. I'll just find a new third baseman. So it's like, oh shit, like I got to show up and play. So,
Yeah.
it's been
On that aspect, Dehoy, what was the difference? Obviously, playing for that coaching staff and then coming back this past season and being a part of it.
it.
What was that like for you?
It was sick, dude. Honestly, I know it sounds
Yeah.
basic to say
Yeah.
sick, right? But it was sick because
No.
you go through it as a player, right? And then the year after you get to go through it the same way, but as a coach. So it's two totally different sides that you're approaching it. I'm going in as a player saying, shit, this is hard. Like I'm grinding. I got to feel it out. What are they trying to get out of me? I don't know, but I'm just going to go along with the ride. All of a sudden, my swing changes from the fall, me standing up straight up here, to in the spring, I'm down low, my hands down here. But they didn't try that on me. Like that just happened from hitting different angled flips, hitting different angled BP, having different angle machine work to the point where it just all adjusted itself going through all these drills. And then coming on it from the coaching side, everything's laid out. It's like, hey, this is where we're trying to get these guys. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we're trying to accomplish. And this is how we're going to go about it. This week we're doing this because, that week we're doing that because. And I'm like, shit, dude, like this is a system. Like, and it works. You know
Ridiculous,
what I
man.
mean? And I think something that I want to take away from that is being able to adjust that system year to year based on the players that you have, because I think it's great to have a system and you always have players that you want to fit in there. But from year to year, you're going to have a different group with a different mentality, with a different personality trait. You know what I mean? And yeah,
Hmm.
you're trying to fill holes, but I think if you can have some sort of a plan and then be able to fix that plan and kind of prepare it a little bit differently each year, that could be a system that works.
For sure.
100%, man.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, especially too, experiencing it the full way, coming up short of that Omaha run, and then getting to be a part of it as a coach,
Yeah.
and experiencing it start to finish is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You're with the guys from day one, grinding in the trenches, first week back at school, I know the players that go through your system. I mean, they are hard workers. That from the day one they show up to campus, they're full go till they end up in Omaha
Yeah, and I
and
I
hopefully
think it
come away with the
starts
title.
I think it starts with what you see, right? I'm not sure what you guys had at Delaware, but I know at Marist we didn't have anything that was like, yeah, we had in the outfield the regional banners, but there was never like in our minds regional, super regional Omaha. Like every place that you look in Louisville, it's like road to Omaha, 101 ways to Omaha. Some guys get it, some guys don't on the bottom, Omaha. Like it's just in your mind. So it's almost engraved that like, hey, that's the destination. And being with the guys from day one, like you said, our team last year when I was playing, we were 16 and 14 in the ACC, and then this year we were 15 and 15. So it kind of gave me the outlook of, hey, all you got to do is just get into the regional, and then play your best baseball then, and see what happens. Because you saw what happened with us. Like we went into Vandy, number one seed, and went 3-0, and then all of a sudden you go to
Yep.
a super with Miami, and then boom, you're in Omaha, and it's like, shit. One, all that hard work paid off, but then two, it's like, dude, just get your foot in the door, and anything
Yeah.
can happen.
I mean,
Contagious.
look at you guys,
Contagious.
and then look at like Murray State too, man. All they
Yeah.
needed was a foot in the door. There
Yeah.
were so many teams this year with crazy regional upsets. I mean, even in yours alone, Wright State. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they played out of their shoes.
Yeah,
What
they did.
what a team they turned into. I think it's cool how you bring up that all you need is an opportunity, because it is baseball. You know, it's not like
100%.
football. If you're running out Alabama versus Citadel, you know, it's going to be a
Yeah.
bloodbath. You know,
Yeah.
in baseball, you know, talent can only take you so far. You still got to play all nine, and it's still a game of failure. And you know, especially
100%.
the talent pool now in college with how it's shifted from the roster size down to 31. I mean, there are dudes everywhere, D Hoy, and you know that.
Everywhere.
You know
Yeah.
that from being at Louisville. There are dudes everywhere now.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Marist. I mean, I know you guys had a lot of good transfers too, but Marist in the past 3 years, how many Power Five dudes do we have? Or I should say Power Four, but soon to be Power Five. You
Yeah,
know, at the Pac-12. But how many Power Four guys do we have? I think it was like 8 or 9, and it's like,
yeah.
dude, they're
First
everywhere.
first rounder in there.
Yeah, first round. Like Ethan was a first
I
rounder.
mean, just the development alone, man. The development alone in college baseball has been unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's
I
crazy.
mean, with all the technology and all the resources that these schools, especially now with the NIL and all the money being thrown into college athletics, and now being thrown into the smaller sports of college athletics, now that baseball is finally getting that notoriety, getting that big
Yeah,
reputation, dude, the money being thrown into these programs is just raising the level for development, dude. It's crazy.
It's insane.
unbelievable.
I want to ask too on that note, though. Obviously, bringing up the whole Marist pipeline of Power Four baseball, it's pretty evident. You know, that they're developing and breeding studs. You know, what did you kind of take from your time there? You know, obviously had a fantastic career, nearly racked up 180 hits over the course of your time there. You know,
Yeah.
obviously something is clicking there from a player development standpoint. You know, kind of break down for me what really changed for you throughout your career, and then how you took that off to your next destination.
Yeah, I think it was truly one, it all starts with the campus. And I know it sounds stupid, but when you go there, you're happy. Like it's a beautiful campus. Um, I'm gonna keep it PG-13, so the girl to guy ratio is phenomenal. The class size is great. The class size is great, so it's like, hey, there's 20 kids per class, and as much as you might not believe, that helps. Like when you're able to be in class and be present and the professors are helping you out along the way, it makes life so much easier because you're never stressed about class. The academic advisors, they're all phenomenal. And our study hall, Alyssa Gates was in charge of baseball, and she was awesome. She was on top of our stuff. Like if you were in the realm of needing a tutor, you didn't have to go and ask. Like it was already automatic. You have a tutor that's set up. Like it's already there. You can't say no until you get your grade up. You're having a tutor. So the school side and the outside of baseball life was so relaxing that it just made the baseball enjoyable. Like when you went to baseball, it's like, okay, I'm playing my sport, something I love to do. It's not, oh my God, it's another task, another chore. So you show up to baseball. Um, the strength side of it was good, right? We had Suma as a strength trainer. When I was there, we didn't have the new guy that's in there. I don't know his name, so I apologize if he ever comes across this video. But we didn't have him that was in there, so Suma was running all the lifts, and they were good. They were quality lifts, but it was just a really player led program, and we were all on the same page of, hey, let's get better and let's take what we have and get better because yeah, we might not have the best resources, but at least we have each other and we have some good coaches that can help us develop. So I obviously had Traz, like I said, he was a great coach. A couple different assistant coaches throughout my career there that really helped out a lot. But believe it or not, Tyler, do you guys know who Tyler Smarslock is?
Not off the
He's
top.
the first base coach for the Marlins now. He was at Marist for
Really?
a semester.
Sure,
He
huh?
was at
Really?
Marist. Yeah, so he was at Marist from a semester coming from Seton Hall. And he was going to be there for the spring, but then he goes, hey guys, I got a job with the Twins. I got to leave.
Can't pass that
And
up.
Andrew, yeah, he left and now he's in the big leagues, which is unbelievable. I still talk to him. Learned a lot from him. And then Andrew Pizzuto took over and he was there for about 2 years. And he was great, just a player's guy. Like he was always there with us in the trenches. So I think everybody that I had along the way at Marist was just bought into getting us better. It wasn't like show up, get your work in, and then leave. Like, hey, if you want more swings after, we're going in the cages and we're doing it. So it was good. They really focused on development there. They focus on giving you all of their time and being present, and then you just kind of get out what you put in.
And for any high school player that is watching this video, I want you guys to really pay attention to how notice the first thing he said when talking about being at Marist playing baseball. He talked about the school and the environment he was around, man. That's such an overlooked part, I think, nowadays, especially with the money getting thrown out there and stuff like that these
Oh
kids
yeah.
don't think about, man. I mean, the environment that you're surrounded around, you got to understand. Yeah, you're spending so much time on the field, but dude, once you're not on the field, bro, you're off. You're at class. You're off campus, dude. Hang with kids. Hang with the guys. Like, there's so much more that goes into it, bro. So I'm glad you even said that. I'm glad you talked about the school,
Hmm.
man, because that's such a big part of what happens on
Yeah,
the
I
field as
mean,
well.
100%. Because if you think about it, yeah, you're spending, let's say, 24 hours in a day. You sleep 8 right there, 16. Right, you have 16 hours left. How much of that is really at baseball and in the weight room? Probably what, 5?
Yeah.
Let's say 6 max, and then you have 10 hours left in the day. So 10 hours left in the day, you're on campus doing schoolwork with the boys. So like if you don't love where you're at, it's just gonna right there. But if you love where you're at, you're gonna skyrocket.
100%. It changes who you are. You're not the same player unless you're happy and you're really just like you kind of said before, just playing ball with the boys. And you don't have all this outside noise built up in your head.
Yeah,
It's such a more stress free environment across the board.
100%.
Yeah. So D-Hoy,
It's
man,
awesome.
I know, you went. Obviously, you went P4 for your grad year for your 5th year, but I feel like you kind of had a lot of basically a Power Four experience for 3 summers during your time at Marist. Obviously playing NECBL, playing the draft league, playing the Cape Cod League. Obviously, you're facing some really good competition during those times, man. So, how did those kind of experiences? How did those shape you as a player, like your approach to the plate and your game in the field, and how did that kind of prepare you for that jump to ACC baseball, man?
100%. So I'll kind of start off. We'll backtrack to that real quick. I just want to start off by whenever people watch this, like, I don't want you to think like, oh, damn, I got to hit 500 to be in those leagues. Like, my freshman year, I hit .095. I don't know if you guys looked up my stats at all, but I
I
was
got the
4 for
reference up
42.
there.
And
Yeah,
okay, so I was 4 for 42. And from that point, it got me out of the result oriented mindset. It got me into the process mindset of, hey, let me just focus on hitting the ball hard, having a good at bat, having a quality at bat, take my walks if I need them, take my hit by pitches, and everything will align over the course of the year because baseball's so long. It's not like we play 7, 8 games for a season. Um, like some college football. I mean, obviously college football is longer, but just for instance, like college football, right? We're playing 50 games in a season. Even in the summertime, you might play 30, 40. So everything, if you're just process oriented, is going to lead up to that. And that's kind of leading into what I was going to talk about the summer leagues. I didn't have the best stats in them. I still was able to play in the Cape, in the draft league, in the NECBL. But I was so focused on process oriented. I'm playing with some of the best players in the country, right? And I just had to focus on my development. So it was pretty cool, though, seeing these dudes from Vanderbilt, seeing these dudes from Louisville, seeing these dudes from UNC, and then I'm playing with other guys that played at mid-major D1s like Marist, Fairfield, Canisius, right? And we're just all able to come together as one and just play on the same field. And there was no dudes that are like, "Oh, you go to Marist, like what is that?" No, it's like, "Oh shit, you can play ball, like let's play." So um, it was just a really, really unique and I think important experience for my development to kind of get me in the mindset of being more process oriented. Because I think so many guys can just take it out. Yeah, I went to that league, but I hit 220, so I didn't play well. Like, no, you were in the league, like you faced those pictures, and that's what made you better, right? You're just preparing for the next spring and always take that summertime and fall to just prepare for the next spring and be your best self.
That's the whole premise of summer ball too, D Hoy. It's about developing and challenging yourself and getting better. It just the summer and the fall, man, and that's what everyone's got to realize. It builds up for that spring. It's your time to get better and lock in, challenge yourself, and in some instances too, get humbled a little bit and say,
Yeah,
I had a really good spring, but wow, look at this. I go and play these kids. It wasn't good enough. I have to get better. I still have work to do.
yeah.
There's still more to go on my journey. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a great point.
not only that too, man. At least for my experience too, like summer ball, yeah, it's time to develop. Yeah, it's time to get better. But at the same time, bro, like summer ball is also just time to have fun, dude. It's time to have
I
fun.
agree
Like
fully.
the seasons obviously those are fun. Like you're enjoying yourself with your boys, like playing for your school, playing for that name on the front of on the chest. But like at the same time, man, college season gets stressful. Let's not beat around the bush, man. That
Yeah.
shit
Oh
gets
yeah.
stressful.
Oh yeah, it
It,
does.
it's a
Well,
relief,
they're
bro,
being,
after the week
yeah,
of college seasons to go to summer, bro, and you have least in my experience, I had a manager who's like, just go out and play, man. I don't give a damn. Like you go 0 for 4, I'm playing you the next day. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's nice. It's nice to enjoy the game, bro, and just really get
Yeah,
back to being a kid, bro. Being a kid on the
yeah.
field.
Because
100%.
for these colleges, like at the end of the day, as much as we might not realize it, we have to look at the truth. Like they're being paid to be there. So if they're not winning, like, hey,
Business.
we got to get somebody else, man. Like it's a business. And college sports, the like you guys said before, the money in college sports, it's only increasing. So that means their ass is on the line even more. So it's like, okay, not to stress kids out, like going to college. Okay, I got to perform, but there's some intent behind it. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
summertime is good to just take a deep breath and go play, go get
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
college,
it's
you
just,
gotta have it. You gotta have that
yeah,
mentality in college baseball. You
some of
gotta
the
think
most,
someone's coming for your spot.
yeah, just summer ball has brought me so much joy to the game, especially after like early or struggling early a lot in my career.
Hmm.
Being able to go out there and take that weight off my shoulders and get to know these guys and get better with them and develop and even just spending time off the field with them. I feel like
Yeah.
that's the best part about summer ball is because that time is so valuable. You get to know these kids so well, and you're 2 to 3 months you're there, and then like a blink of an eye you're gone. And it's really
Yeah.
hard. Like you run into people all over the place, and it's so fun when you do because it's like, oh my god, I haven't seen you forever, dude. How have you been? Like I miss you. Like the other
Yeah.
day, I'm at Camden Yards working for the Savannah Bananas, trying to make a quick buck over the weekend, and Javon Ray's pitching, and I was like, oh my god, gee, like when was I gonna see you again? Like I have to see you. Like we met after the game, talked for like 30 minutes. Like it was the best time ever, and those relationships are priceless, man.
And they last
Priceless.
forever because
Forever.
baseball just brings people so close. But can we just talk about the baseball side of summer ball too? Like, I know this might seem small, but I think it's so big for every kid out there that might be facing a red shirt, whether it's D1, D2, D3. Like, welcome that. I think a lot of kids are like, fuck, I'm redshirting. Like, that means coach doesn't like me, blah, blah. No, they're redshirting you because they see you playing in the future. They're allowing you to work out with the team in season. So you get a full college season under your belt to see how things operate. And you're not playing, so you don't waste eligibility. And then you get to go to summer ball and play. Like, dude, that summer ball is where you get to play. And then you get to see what college is like in the spring without using eligibility. So you get to take that into summer, meet these guys, do everything that we talked about, but then just play free. I think dudes can get so much better because we
So
see
much.
guys like Griffin Crane. I'm going to name drop real quick with him. He was from Jackson. I don't know if you heard of him, but he was a freshman at Louisville this year. He hurt his arm a little bit, but he redshirted, so he was around working out and everything. Then he went to Saugerties in the summer, and he had a great summer. And that's just another instance of like, hey, I got to see the college process, not use a year, and then I got to go to summer ball in a great league and just play free.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. It's a
without a doubt.
blessing. Red shirts are blessings if you use it properly, bro. I mean, I've already explained this on I think episode 1 it was, man. But like my freshman
And
year,
and,
bro.
and, and we talked about it with Hudson too,
Yeah, like
about his year and
my
how he used
freshman
that
year,
to his
bro.
advantage.
It's like I came in freshman year, balled in the fall, and my coach just told me straight up. He said, "Yeah, like I think you earned a shot to play, but we also have this 6-year senior in front of you, and he's earned the right to play from his past
Yeah,
time in this program." And he said, "We're gonna redshirt you because I don't want to hit you for 30 at bats and waste a year eligibility." And at the time, as a stubborn little kid, I'm just saying like, "Damn, like what the hell did I do wrong? Like I don't want to be here anymore. Like what am I doing wrong to not play?" Looking back at it, I'm like, dude, thank you, coach. Thank you, bro, because he
yeah,
gave me just an extra year to prepare
Yeah,
myself. And now I got this 5th year. Now I can go out and really, truly have fun and enjoy myself and be the best I can on the field, bro.
yeah.
yeah,
Such a
It's
good
it,
time.
it's so rare to see a freshman jump in and just click and run with it instantly. And
yeah,
then
Hard.
and those guys are future big leaguers. They're they're advanced, they're elite. They're
yeah,
doing things that guys aren't doing. But then again, using that redshirt year to your example there, Jackson, it's monumental. And then wrapping it in with D Hoy, it's like you get to get so much better throughout this whole year. Then you get to get your feet wet when in theory it doesn't waste eligibility and matter. It's just go out there and play and adjust. Use that adjustment period now and figure it out as you go. You're going to struggle a little bit, but once you get the hang of it, you ride that feel from the end of the summer into the fall, and then you're a whole new person that spring, man.
yeah,
It's
Oh,
hundred
incredible.
percent.
and before it leaves my mind, Dio, I know I'm sure you can kind of relate to this coming up Marist too, but at least for me and Andrew, at least for me, at least my freshman year at Delaware and my freshman sophomore year at Delaware, the UD Blue Hen faithful, they run strong, but I will say I'm not going to be around the bush here, man. I mean, The Delaware attendance rates at the baseball games aren't too high. They're usually not that high. I mean, it's not a great weather environment at the game, so I don't blame people for not coming out a lot. But
Bob Hanna on March is miserable.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
But part of the summer ball, especially after your redshirt year too, is getting used to the environment. And man, let me tell you, like my first summer ball experience, bro, coming from a mid-major Delaware where we don't get a lot of fans at our games, bro. Like you're going to these towns where that team's all they got, and those guys are showing out day after day, and you really get a chance to finally play in like a big-time baseball environment on a nightly basis, bro. Like it's a sick feeling to have, and really good to get used to after your freshman year.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, we didn't really show out at Marist at all. Did you guys sell tickets? Did you have stands?
We did this year, but the past years, nah. This is the first year we
Nice.
sold tickets.
Nice. We don't even have stands. We just have a hill. There's like no seating at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there'll be parents and stuff, but there's no seating, no nothing. You don't sell tickets, totally free. So yeah, that's us at Marist. But to your point, like summer ball, yeah, they're showing out, and I think it's an easier adjustment for the Power 4, Power 5 guys, right? Because they're used to that. But for us, I think it's really good, and I think it helps you relax. Like when you go back to school, it's like, okay, I'm just playing ball. Like let's go, So
Yeah.
it's good.
For sure. No, it's incredible. To want to pivot here a little bit too, Dehoy, and go back to your time at Louisville. Obviously, your first year there, you were named captain, which is rare. What did that leadership role mean to you as a first year guy? And then how did you try and leave your mark in a new clubhouse for your time there, but then also for the kids in the program after you?
I meant a lot. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I come from Marist where I'm a 4-year starter, and there were unofficial captains and things said in the clubhouse, and I was under that kind of recognition as well. So that was cool. But being at Louisville where I was fully recognized as a captain was special. But I just went in there and I was myself. I didn't go in there trying to be the big guy or be the big man on campus. I didn't try to go in there and say, hey, this is how I do stuff, blah, blah, blah. I kind of just sat back a little bit, watched, and then I said, all right, I think this team needs a little bit of a redirection. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a way of, hey, I think we need to get a little bit of shit back to us. I think we got to not necessarily talk shit. And I know I had that whole instant where I did, and I would get fired up during the games and talk some shit to some players. But yeah, no, I just felt it needed, I just felt it needed a little bit of, hey, we're Louisville baseball. We're going to step on your throat and we're going to kill you. And I felt like I brought that energy in the fall, and there were a bunch of guys that kind of caught on to it. And I think the younger group really caught on to it, but the older group was playing. And I don't mean that in a bad way. The older group, we were awesome. We were great. But I think the younger group was just hungry. They were ready to be in college baseball. They were ready to talk their shit and play. And you saw that this year. What happened this year? Went to Omaha with that same group of freshmen last year that now led us as sophomores and juniors, right? The sophomore group last year was really good too. And I think they kind of caught on to it and they were like, hey, we're Louisville baseball. Like, let's step in your throat and kill you. And that finally came out this year. And yeah, could we have had more of that last year? I felt yes. But I'm glad that it caught on. And maybe it's not from me. Maybe I have a big head and I'm like, yeah, I'm the man. I let it, right? But
Well, no, I mean, you definitely lived and breathed that. You played every day like your hair was on fire. Trying to stretch any single you could into a double, trying to take an extra base, trying to make any play you could on D. I mean, you lived that. You lived that, D. Hoy. That's you, and that's what you carried in that program. You saw it this year. I don't want you to say your head's too big. I mean, you left your mark, man. You inspired people, and you inspired a new brand of Louisville baseball.
No, and I really appreciate that, and that's what I wanted, and that's what I want to bring to every program that I'm going to be a part of in the future. Is like, hey, yeah, relax. You don't have to talk all this smack, right? But at least go out there and step on their throat and want to kill them. Like at the end of the day, yeah, we're not in a boxing match. We're not going to literally punch them in the face, but we're competing. Like it's baseball. It's not saying okay, maybe I'll get a hit here. Like no, I'm going to smack something through the middle of the field, and I'm going to stretch a single into a double. I'm going to hit a home run and let it, I hit a home run,
Yeah,
and just
sure.
do all this little stuff that fires me up. Fires me
for
up.
Sure. For sure. It's why you play the game, man. You play the game to win at the end of the day. You play to win. You got to play to win in anything you do.
And it's college baseball, man. I know guys watch big league games and stuff, see how like kind of like nonchalant the flow is and the flow of the game, and like how guys like won't take things too seriously, bro. But they got over double the games college baseball has, triple, I think. It's like
Yeah,
college
triple. Yeah,
baseball. What is it? 56, 55, 56 games in the regular season.
yeah, regular season. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it feels like a long time, but at the same time, you blink your eyes and that season's coming to a close quick. Like we don't.
Hmm.
The college baseball, you don't got time to bullshit, man. You got to come with that punch you in the throat mentality, bro, because it's every game matters in college baseball, especially in the big leagues. Yeah, you can drop some, you can drop a few. New York Mets can drop 7 in a row, still come back and make the playoffs. College baseball,
Yeah.
7 in a row, that shit doesn't fly at all, not at all.
No.
Yeah, no, I mean, you get swept 2 conference weekends in a row, you're in a tough hole to get out of.
That's
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I agree. Well, on that note here, D Hoy, want to bring up the infamous clip. We do this with all of our guests. We pick one clip from Synergy. We take one swing from their career, and we had to pick what you stand on the most, being the most electric, fierce, fired up, out of your shoes player on the field. Let's roll the tape.
Oh man,
I love it, boys. I love it, boys.
I mean, that ball was smacked.
Flow
Is it
State.
paused?
Flow State. Who that hit the turtle?
Oh, there it is.
I don't even know. But then again, genuinely, the boys all fired up. And this is the part I love. Like we talked about, Dylan Hoy, this is Louisville baseball. Come and get it. Come and bring it.
Yeah,
I love it,
I got a
D.
few
Hoy.
questions to ask. I got a few questions I got to ask.
Without a doubt. Let's bring it back here.
All right. So my first question is, what got the shit talk around the bases started? Because obviously the camera pans out, so I didn't see at least what happened.
Yeah.
Were you talking shit? Were you stared a little too long? They had a problem with it. Like what happened there?
I mean, it was just 3-2 count. Hung a changeup. I hit it. I was like, yeah, that's gone. The wind was blowing in too, and I still knew it was gone. So I knew I got it, and I just stood there looking at it, looking at the picture. Umpire was like, "Hey, I'm gonna throw you out. You gotta run." I'm like, "Dude, throw me out. Go ahead. I give 2 shits." And then I'm starting to run, and Obertop, the first baseman, he was like, "F you," and I can't say the rest because it's pretty explicit. But then I was like, "No, let's go. Come on, I want to hear it. Come on." And then I said the same thing. I was just waving on the second baseman and shortstop. The shortstop, he actually signed with the Rockies. Him and Overtop signed with the Rockies, but he was like, "You've always been a little shit." When I played you last year, because we played him at, he was at Davidson, and I played him when I was at Marist. And I was still talking smack then, so I was like, "Oh, what a coincidence!" And then Blake Wright was at third, and I was like, "I hate you," like, but it's so unnecessary, right? So unnecessary. Please, if you're watching this, don't do that, right? Just control your emotions. But then the moms were going crazy. The Clemson moms all weekend were like cursing at us, so I pointed to them after I hit the homer, and then um, Backage was at the top deck. He said something, and then I said something over their dugout, and they were getting fired up. So yeah, no. But it all started because Friday night we took a crazy loss. We were winning 8-5 in the ninth inning, and we lost. We had 2 errors on fly balls, and then they ended up coming back to win. And we were all just pissed off. And then I got hit on Friday, and then I got hit again on Saturday, and I was like, all right, something's up. Like, you don't throw your hardest pitch all year and hit me in the elbow. Like, something's up with that. You know what I mean? I stared him down Friday night because I naturally have an attitude anyway. So I thought they hit me again on purpose. And then later in the game, Canarella slid into second. He got thrown out, and he, like, chest bumped me going back to third base when I was playing third, and I followed him back to the dugout. And I started to say something to him, and then the umpire took me off and was like, "Hey, you gotta relax. I'm gonna throw you out if you do that again." And then my coach came up to me. He's like, "Yeah, you gotta relax. Like you can't keep getting warnings. I already had a warning at Wake. I already had a warning at Florida State." And I was like, "All right, whatever." Next inning, it's a 3-2 count, and he's trying to go change up that whole at bat, like locate it down. So it's 3-2. I'm like, "F this. We're losing 5-2. I'm selling out on a changeup, and I'm hitting this thing a mile if I get it. If I don't, so be it." He hangs a changeup, and my eyes light up. I'm like, "No freaking way, you idiot!" And I hit it, and I knew it was gone, and that's when I just got fired up. And then right after that, Zion Rose hit a ball up the middle of the Hinderlighter. He dives and misses it, and then we move him on a couple different things after a stolen base. And then Eddie comes up, hits a 2-run homer, and we're tied. And then JT later hits a solo homer, to put us up 6-5, and we end up winning the game by that. And dude, it was electric, bro. Like it was just
The
crazy.
D-Hoy spark,
Dude,
man.
people
It
people
never
were
fails.
DMing me. I think I had like 50 people in my DMs like, bro, you're a savage. Like, this is crazy. Kids from Marist, a couple of my boys who didn't play any sports, and a couple of Clemson fans were like, F you, like all this stuff. Like, my DMs were crazy full. And then Sunday comes out, and the place is almost sold out, like our stadium. I'm like, dude, this is nuts. I've random kids come up to me. They're like, we're gonna talk shit today. I was like, okay. Like, I was like, dude, this is not. But it just goes to show you, like, how I know I'm going off track right now, but it kind of just all relates back to how big college baseball is. Like, how much people care about it. You know what I mean? Like, it means so much to them, especially in Louisville. There's no major league team. Yeah, we have a AAA team for the Reds, and it's the Bats and everything, but like Louisville is their pride. You know what I mean? And the same thing goes for Delaware. Same thing goes for Marist in a sense with Poughkeepsie, right? It's like people care so much about the sport when you're doing well. It's something for them to come together on and just go full speed.
100%, man.
100%.
100%. And I mean, dude, it's like, especially that's why college sports is unbeaten, bro. Like, majority of the fans, man, those are people that went to that school. They went to the school,
Yeah.
where they're born and raised there, or they went to the school, loved the area, decided to stay there and start a family, have kids there. Like, there's a lot of
Yeah,
pride in college sports as a whole, bro. A lot of pride.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
You just feel like you're part of that family. Like that's your team.
Yeah,
Like that's the one instance I always make fun of my friends when they talk about the Mets and the Yankees and they say we. I'm like, we, like you're not out there in the box. Like don't
yeah,
say we. Come on, man. But then again, like you went to the school, you were a part of it. Like you went to that university for 4 years. Like yeah, like say we, say us.
yeah,
That's your family. You spent 4 years there. Like your best friends in the whole world. Like you were there with them. You met them through that school. Like that's your pride and Jordan, man. Like own it. You're an alum.
yeah.
No one
Yeah,
can take that away from you.
that was
That's why college sports are so special, and they're so passionate about it, and that's why the kids are so passionate about it too. Especially a guy like me. I'm from a small town, Connecticut. I get to represent the state of Delaware. Everywhere I go, I wear it across my chest. Like it's so much more than me now. I'm literally representing a whole state, and you with Louisville, you're representing that town and that university that takes so much pride and joy in their athletics. They love to win. They don't like when their teams lose, and then they'll let you know when you're losing and play bad. They expect that Omaha run religiously.
Yeah, it's well said.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was the pride. That's gonna be the biggest pride of my life, man. Is being able to stay close to home and literally go to the school that's 10 minutes from my childhood home, bro. Like just growing up in the town, man, seeing my mom, my dad, my aunt, a lot of my family, my neighbors, all my friends' parents, like everybody going to UD being a Blue Hen, bro, being able to put on that blue and gold every single day, bro, and just represent not only the school but
Yeah,
just my home state, bro. I mean, it's there's just nothing like it.
it's so surreal when you think about it, bro. When you were playing as a kid, you were just playing to have fun. Now you're literally representing a whole state, bro. Like these guys at UF or Kentucky, Mississippi State, like you're representing the state, man. You're putting on for the big state university. Like there's
yeah.
millions of people watching your every move. It's
Right.
crazy. I don't know how they do it at like the football scale. I wouldn't be able to
Oh,
take that stress at all. Like
those
imagine if you were Drew Aller at Penn State, and it's
Yeah.
like you lose one game and like your life's over. Like you
like
have thousands of hate DMs.
like Amato. Remember we went to Penn State to watch them play the Blue Hens, man. What'd your friend say? She literally was like, looked you dead in the eyes, like he's a god or some shit here.
Oh yeah, literally said Drew Aller is a god at
Like
Penn State. Like
in
he
their
walks
eyes,
on
he's just
water.
like bigger than life. It's like what the,
Yeah, like Drew Aller's the man.
which
Oh, dude.
makes me wonder. Like I wish I was in College Station during the era of Johnny Football. What they thought of that
Oh
man.
my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's Dude, it's unbelievable. Like everybody, it's to the point where it's like, I'll just give you a small example. You'll be going through Louisville, right? And we look at Pat Kelsey after having that year, right? He walks through campus. I don't know if you guys saw this video, but he'll just walk through campus and be like, "Oh my God, it's Pat Kelsey!" Like it's crazy. But he was driving his car to work, and somebody passed by him and started recording. He said, "Pat Kelsey, I love you," and he's going out the window like this, "Cards for life," and they're like, oh my God, like they're freaking out about it. And I'm like, bro, like, dude, he's just a random. Like, if you get that for a random dude, you're not doing the same thing. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just sports are so big, dude. It's
crazy. It's
unbelievable.
insane. What a platform it is to not only be on it as a player, but now what the three of us are doing from the coaching and player development and trying to give back in any way we can.
Yeah,
It's
and this is the stuff that I
a
love to
beautiful
make
thing.
relationships through it. Like we're all close now, and one day we're gonna
Absolutely.
collab on stuff and keep
Yeah,
crossing paths, and it's
absolutely.
awesome.
And then again, too, it comes back to how beautiful summer ball is, D-Hoy. Because,
Yeah,
God, I mean, if I never met E and B and all the guys from Marist, man, how would I have met you?
it's true. It's
We
true.
never even shared the field together, and we're so close. It's
No,
amazing
it's
how
unbelievable.
far sports can take you, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's a beautiful thing.
Unbelievable.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
All right,
It
D-Hoy.
is.
I think that wraps it up, man. I think that wraps it up.
D-Hoy, you were an absolute delight to have on.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
Hey,
You're
brother.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
making
you
the
guys
time.
once again. Seriously, I appreciate it.
Of
D-Hoy,
course, bro.
you got any shout outs? Any shout outs you want to make? What's drop your gram. Drop your training stuff.
My gram, yeah, you guys can follow. You can just search my name up, Dylan Hoy, or you can search up Train with Hoy. That's my lessons page. Just hit me up through there. Just the two platforms I'm using for now. You can find my Twitter, but I'm just keeping that for recruiting stuff because I just want to keep it clean. So if you are a kid who thinks he's good enough to play at Army or is interested in West Point and has the grades to do it and the baseball skills, please follow my page and I'd love to take a look at you. But I appreciate you guys for having me once again, and it's always a pleasure.
Of course, brother.
Absolutely,
Appreciate you coming
D-Hoy.
on. All right, guys, that wraps up episode 7 of the HotZone Hitting Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Jackson Tyre, Andrew Mata, and our special guest of the day, Mr. Dylan Hoy. Dylan, we appreciate you coming out.
I love
Everybody
you,
else,
boys.
subscribe to the
Love you,
channel.
D-Hoy.
Follow me on Instagram, Jackson Tyre, or HotZone Hitting, Andrew Motto, or AA Swings. A lot of content coming up from the both of us, and obviously Mr. Dylan Hoy gonna start going crazy in the content train. So look out for all of our socials and check on all the content we're coming out. We're gonna drop some game for you guys. But yeah, subscribe to the podcast, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.